Sanibonani, imile Babes Wodumo Dongitheki nabaphethele guys, ngaze ngaphoxeka nangumuntu ezongiphuca isinkwa sasponge ngiconfuse ngivuyele ngisho namehlo ngibona nani ngikhale through sonke isikhathi from izolo to namhlanje ngixakekile and abameli baphezukalo udaba uNkulunkulu uzongilela guys. Ngazi nami mhlawumbe ngoba ngumfelokazi abantu kumele bangigibele emakhanda bangisukele entweni yabo nje nale broadcast le ekhuluma izinto ezingekho ezingaverifyiwe so ngizodila nabo nabameli and ngaze ngangithusa and nani ngiyaconfuse ukuthi ngingakhola into engekho yabo lento ekhulunyayo into engekho baruthini phela inhliziyo zabantu umuntu ngeke ngize ngisho ukuthi akholwe ini angakholwa ini ngakholwa lokho enikholwayo kodwa ngaze ngalimala nje.
Hello everyone, Ganuchisanoke and welcome to my channel. So that was Babes Wodumo casually responding to extremely disturbing allegations made by Zethu Mfeka. Zethu accused Babes Wodumo of playing a very cruel and manipulative part when Zethu was dealing with a grave incident and trauma that occurred in 2016. Zethu said she met Babes Wodumo shortly after the grave incident as a huge Babes Wodumo fan, but surprisingly, Babes was the one that brought Zethu closer and closer. It later turned out that Babes was allegedly getting Zethu closer and closer in a huge elaborate plan to get Zethu to drop the rape charges. Those allegations came up when Zethu was narrating a very disturbing rape incident on Justify podcast. Zethu accused Moshine from the trio witnessed the funk of spiking her drink, then later raping her whilst unconscious.
Moshine says to me, Zethu, what am I going now? This is me, I said, Mina. Yes, singihambe ngithathele into esiyiphuza because asiphuzi lutho. Shuthi ke mekishini kanti yo spike drink yami. My vision now is just on and off because obviously like now the drug is like taking full throttle. So then eventually I passed out, and like when I did gain consciousness, I don't remember when I turned on a recording with phone yami. In the room that we were in, the guys were standing around and it's dark and I'm on the floor and Moshine's behind me. So I turn around and I'm like, Moshine, stop it, uyenzelani lento oyenzayo. But amandla vele awekho. So he just pushes me and I pass out again. And I don't know how many of them that night had sex with me. I only saw Moshine. I don't know what else happened.
She mentioned that before the rape incident, she and Moshine had known each other for a while and were pretty close. And although Moshine made advances on her previously, she politely declined. They continued as friends, so she trusted him. I mean, they've hung out before without anything sinister happening, so that's why it was easy for her to just receive a drink from Moshine without suspecting it ever being spiked. After taking that sinister drink, Zethu eventually started feeling some type of way, so she called her friends immediately to come and help her. When her friends got there, Moshine and his crew just downplayed the whole thing, saying Zethu is just too drunk. Unfortunately, Zethu was now too drugged up to even articulate herself properly. So unfortunately, the friends who came to rescue her left thinking she was too drunk, but after they left, she passed out, then woke up to the rape incident with Moshine. You'd think that incident is disturbing, ruthless, inhumane enough, right? Well, a very evil master plan to get her to drop the charges was still coming. The evil master manipulative plan allegedly started with none other than DJ Cotton. Zethu said she spoke to DJ Cotton right after she was dropped by Moshine and his crew, so she was still in a state, drugged up, after the rape incident. Apparently, DJ Cotton said something about Abafana Baga danger, as in these are dangerous boys, danger from Big Nas. So instead of calling the police or taking Zethu to the police station, DJ Cotton allegedly called his bosses at Afrotainment. After that phone call, something sinister allegedly happened, with DJ Cotton suddenly suggesting Zethu should take a shower and relax, they'll take care of everything. Unfortunately, Zethu was in no right state of mind, drugged up, traumatized. She took the shower deleting the evidence. But even after deleting that crucial evidence, Zethu still went to the police station later to open a rape case. She said there were recordings that she took with her phone that they could use in the rape case. Now this is where Danger's nephew, Danger from Big Nas, came in. Apparently Danger's nephew found Zethu at some event, then he started calling Zethu Makoti because Zethu had a stint or a fling with Danger. Zethu ended up opening up about the rape incident to the nephew, even telling him that she has recordings of the incident on her phone. But in the middle of that, the nephew says Babes Wodumo is performing, Zethu is losing it because she's a huge Babes Wodumo fan. I think her battery was dying or something like that, and then they said no, we'll charge it, blah blah blah. But that was the last time she saw her phone and those recordings. After that, the final nail in the elaborate plan came in, which is Babes Wodumo. Allegedly, Zethu said she met Babes Wodumo at that event. After her performance, she was very excited to see Zethu and they started forming a bond. The evil master manipulative plan allegedly started with Babes asking Zethu to move out of the place she was sharing with her friends to move in with her. By the time that evil plan was done, Zethu was relying on no one but Babes Wodumo. Babes even manipulated Zethu to give an exclusive of the rape incident to a journalist friend.
Babes athi Zethu mfethu, it's not like we're watching. Thatha imali. How much money would it take for you to let this go? Bese mina because vele bengafuni ukuthatha imali, ngithi mina 2 million rand. Because obviously ubazi ukunika 2 million rand. Bese athi Babes, hayi bo mfethu thatha 70,000 rand. Kanti vele shuthi yena sekukhulunyiwe naye ukuthi malini sizomnika wena ngihambise kuyena. And obviously she's the person like engihlezi nginaye. And at this point sengimove out nala ngihlala khona, sengihlala eSydney. Sydney is right opposite yena noMapintshi. So like I'm in close proximity every day nginaye. Ngiphume esikoleni ngihlangane naye ekseni, uyena ngisesikoleni, uyena umuntu engihlezi nginaye. And the next day she says today is going to be the last day you see me if you don't drop the charges. Sure. I'm like okay, it's fine, I'll drop the charges. Ngongiphelezela. But now news has broke out angithi yonke into isiyonke indawo. Mengiphelezela kuzowaziwa ukuthi uyena ongi-influenceile. Athi hayi mina ngeke ngikwazi ukuhamba nawe. And like she's adamant on the fact that if you don't drop this, sihlezi nje into elokho eshuthi hayi mina ngiphinde ngihlale nawe. Mongadrophanga nje ama charges ngophinde ungibone. And she's just like, just take the money mfethu, it's not that deep, yabo. By the time I got into the mental hospital, she blocked me. Everything was done also. The charges were dropped. There was no need for her to be in my life. And she got Iwololo released. So, you know, she did her part and got her bargain, if that was their deal. If not, I don't know, only God knows.
The Babes alienated Zethu by making sure that she moves in with her. It must have also meant a lot to Zethu because she was also a huge fan. And Babes goes like, don't die inside. I've got a friend who is a journalist. Give her an exclusive on the rape case. This will help you. The friend gets an exclusive. She becomes the journalist that broke the story. To make sure that Zethu trusts her even more, she's like, my dad is a pastor, so let's go to my parents so they can pray for you. I'm sure by that time Zethu was fully convinced that Babes umngani wami. Then boom, Babes pressurizes Zethu to drop the charges and accept the money, saying it's not like she was a virgin. When Zethu refused to drop the charges, Babes threatened to abandon her, knowing that she now relies on her because she alienated her from everyone. After a lot of pressure, including from Mapintshi, Zethu eventually agreed to drop the charges and receive 70,000 rands. She only received 20,000 rands from the lawyers, and most of it was spent by Babes Wodumo, including buying that horrendous wig that you see on the Wololo music video. By the way, when I was watching that podcast, listening to Zethu narrating this very disturbing story, I couldn't help but remember that lady, Luke Ntombela, who once accused DJ Dira of the exact same thing. Said she woke up next to DJ Dira after blacking out and she could feel something funny happened. She wanted answers because she was very unclear about what happened. I remember the lady even sharing WhatsApp messages demanding answers from DJ Dira, wanting to know what happened to her that particular night. However, DJ Dira kept cleverly deviating, responding with something that is not related to what that lady was asking. He mentioned something about a music deal going wrong, royalties, making it seem like the lady was miserable because a music deal at Afrotainment didn't go well. So yeah, the lady that accused DJ Dira made the same exact accusations as Zethu, who is accusing Moshine.
I walked to Gakotin, manager was telling now. So Mangfigu Kotin is like, obviously I'm in a state, like I'm drugged up. I explained to him what happened. I say everything. I say go to like ganje. obviously he's like, ish, labafana lab, abafana badenje, basayine kwi-Afrotainment. Should see he thinks, he makes a call, ufonela boss yabo. And mina, because obviously nje angikho right, I'm thinking he's trying to get help. Even in then, I thought ufonela ambulance or something, you know. He steps out, he goes to talk to the phone, and then he comes back, he's like, hey, it's it. Hamburgers, thatha shower. Nami, I'm surrendered again because ngizocela usizo la. So lento ayishoyo ngaleso sikhathi obviously drug phazamisa yonke into nomqondo. Lokho akushoyo ngizokwenza. Ngihambe ngiyogeza ngithathe shower. Kanti shuthi decision abayenza kwi-phone call ukuthi hayi akagezi mhlawumbe evidence or ini izophela. But all this to say, you know when parents say you must watch your drink and we take it lightly. Yeah, like it happened to me. Just from a drink and all of that, and so many people tried to cover it up, and so many people were involved in trying to bury it.